As a fan of RPGs in all forms, damn. Whew, you know I'm ready. As a fan of RPGs in all forms, people always make one of three characters. A version of themselves in that universe, totally original OC that you mustn't steal, or something akin to a goblin, who happens to be named Boblin. Can you beat Oblivion Remastered as a small little goblin? If you haven't watched the Skyrim version of this same challenge, the rules go over my favorite meme, of the same name. Basically,
I'm just a small little goblin.
So console commands will make me small,
I only have 3 hit points.
and because I screech in fear at the sight of any danger, no stealth. Something I didn't cover in the last run is,
I'm level 1 goblin.
as in Skyrim, the only way you can stay level 1 is by not leveling up stats. So I allowed myself to level up. And while you can easily not level up in Oblivion, not leveling up actually makes the game much easier. So I'm allowing myself to level up to give myself more of a challenge. This whole run was streamed live on Twitch and YouTube, and the VODs are both in a playlist as well as a separate VOD channel. Now, enough stalling. We start with me choosing Orc, as that's as close to Goblin as I can get modless. I think unfortunately I have to go with Orzium here. So if I can be better with Magic. Magic was the build last time just because, 3 hit points. But, yeah. Enjoy the still cursed character creator. I wanted to have less wrinkles. Oh, now that's a goblin right there. Oh my lordy Lou, what is happening here? I'm a distinguished goblin, look at me. I'm a distinguished lad. And with my new comfort character made and ready, you must now comment your comfort character, so I can look up gore of them. Alright, this is Boblin. Boblin the Goblin. Here he is. I then become small, and here I am. I'm a little goblin, look at me. Get scared of the Wrinkle Man, but find out my crimes are getting swept under the rug. So with my apology video at the ready, I watch Bad Assassins, gather the fit. Oh, cooler clothes, let's go. Perfect. And fight the first boss fight of the game. I also start gathering loot that will soon be on the ground, as during the start of this run, I didn't set my health to 3, forgetting that health is derived from strength and endurance, and would instead reload a save if I took 3 damage, until chat tells me how to be smart and lower my stats. Okay, I'm gonna do it twice just for funsies. Aha, endurance 1, health 31. We're getting somewhere. What's your carry weight? We'll worry about that when we get there. 3! Yes! 3. 3. Uh-oh. How much? Oh, no! My carry capacity. Accidentally let myself quote-unquote die. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not alive right now. Until I slowly get my HP to 3. Perfect. And now I can carry, drum roll please, 25 pounds. Perfection. With as much strength as I can have. So now naked with nothing but curved wood between my fingers, I show off my skills from range, do some goblin on goblin violence. This guy thinks he's a goblin, he ain't even the fart. I see that you're not being chill despite the fact that we have said that we can be chill. And after, grab the staff of my people, make it talk to me to tell me that it wasn't my fault and I'm still a good guy. Choose the best birth sign, don't at me. And watch the most preventable death to ever exist. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh no, behind you! Behind you! Behind you! I chose a bad time to get lost, friend! Enjoy head. Bah, 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 bah. And with ass in dead, I get to make myself a class. Class. That's my class. I'm the goblin class. I'm going to create the goblin class. Let's do it. Nah, you know, now that I look at Nightblight, no, I'm just kidding. Escape through the excrement-covered walls. Enjoy all 7 frames that Unreal Engine 5 allows. It's looking like a 40 FPS zone to me. And thanks to the small encounter I've done, I've shown myself magic is going to be helpful. So I start to join the Mages Guild to gain access to the full university, so I need a recommendation from each guild. To get one in Leywin, I need to grab a necklace of happy thoughts, Mr. Man isn't happy about this though, but drama aside, to the fort I go, not only to find out what death smells like, but I also find the usefulness of keeping my enemies away. No, it's not fair, I missed twice, that's not fair. Aha, not even close. To stay back and away reminds me that Magic Archer is my favorite build for Oblivion. Oh, he's an archer, oh, he's dead, oh. I totally didn't do this silly challenge just to play it, I swear. But I find the necklace, find out the one with no neck is jealous and needs to be put down. But with my recommendation signed, it's then on to Breville. Someone with a charm staff for some reason made this nice man into a stalker. And after the spell ended, he ended up selling it to this not so nice man, who tried to sell it back to me. So I instead buy it for the cost of 3 lockpicks, and bam, recommendation, which gives me a level. And just to save on time, with every level up, I simply just level up intelligence, willpower, and speed. Pretty much every single time, and not much else. But after getting bored with fetch quests, I decide it's time to give blood to the blood god, before getting the reminder that I have less HP than a commoner in D&D 5e. Don't kill me. I got killed. Damn! Because NPCs cannot walk diagonally too well. You should focus on the friend that's about to hit you from behind. Uh-oh. Yeah, get him. Get him, Skeleton. Get him, Skeleton Steve. Come on, Skeleton Steve. Damn it, Skeleton Steve. Fight Steve. Steve! 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 So, still in need of money with no cheese to be found, I take up gambling, only to find out that it works. Come on, get him. Yeah! 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 Really well. Yeah, get him. Yeah! 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 You always bet on yellow, let's go! Nice, now I'm sitting at a clean 383. We're gonna take that money and we're gonna invest it by gambling more. Yeah! Yeah! Yellow team! We have a clean and simple $483. So now, we're gonna take that money and invest it by gambling more again. Trust me? Yes, get him! Yeah! Yellow team! We're gonna take this money into the arena gambling market. Yeah, come on, hit him. Yes! Yes! I then use all this money to buy a spell I can't cast for about 80% of the run, before it's back to easy recommendation quests, like this lady wanting a book. This guy doesn't want her to have it, so I get it, and don't give it to the lady. Riveting. Or this nice lady who sent a conjurer to this cave, and I have to save him from the conjured, accidentally kill him. Oh man, I forgot it's Oblivion. I need him, he's an essential. And clear the cave to get him back for that sweet, sweet recommendation. This quest at least gave me a pretty decent damage over time spell, so it wasn't a complete waste of time. And I also learned how to sprint. Oh, so I can finally take on the first fight for the arena. Yes! Yes! And get to enjoy the spoils. 50 gold. So still in need of money, I keep clearing out competitions until I'm forced into the 1v2 fight. Not the Wood Elf Sisters. I thought they were on the next rank.
And show those tree climbers who's boss.
I forgot. Gotta show those tree climbers who's boss. I forgot that's a line in this game. I love it here. And with one of them having a bow, the hardest thing for me to fight due to the enemies having aim hacks. Alright, gotta take out the bow. Fuck. I just let it go for now. Why does your character look so goofy? What do you mean? My character looks goofy? What do you do? What do you do wrong? I think he looks beautiful. Find shoes that can up my carry capacity. Oh, feather shoes. Listen, man. Come back at night and make them mine. I have stolen the shoes. And since money is pretty cool, in Skingrad, I do the... How do you say that name? Glarthur. Glarthur. This stalker dude. I do his quest. He asks me to stalk some people and give me money if I tell him he's right, even without investigating the people who he's suspicious of. Until after much gold has hit my coin pouch, he makes me a hitman. But if you think murder is objectively wrong, or you just can't be bothered to do it, you can give this murder-filled note to a guard who will take action and put a stop to him. Where you can steal his house key, and in his home, find a free and not so clean 800 gold. The best reward you can get for being an A-tier gaslighter. Getting gaslit from chat that there would be encumbrance increasing enchantments down here, but I at least made mud crabs an endangered species. Before having foresight for another recommendation, moving on to the simple act of pretending to be someone I'm not. As this mean lady is for some reason a merchant hater. So I roleplay as her, and I make her roleplay as a merchant, while Steve here roleplays as the cameraman, so with another recommendation and my ego hurt.
You'd be surprised how easily they forget about the little people.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by the little people? What's that supposed to mean?
Take care.
I won't now. That was mean. I spam a shield spell to get alteration to 25 for my water breathing spell, and this man threw a ring heavier than the cross into the well. This nice lady from your favorite book gives me a better spell of water breathing, putting my minutes of grinding alteration into the trash before I find little Timmy and the ring. Cheese it to the surface by holding it without holding it, before trying to bring the ring to the man, and getting a recommendation, head to the last one in Bruma.
My children are starving. Please help.
Congrats, man. I'm happy for you. Which this lady needs me to find Jaskar. Hi. So with all the silly, mind-numbing tasks out of the way, it's time for the real meat and potatoes of the Arcane University quest, which is to obtain the drip. Yeah, willpower of 2 points. Yeah. And get wood, which happens to be its super secret Wellsprings cave. So secret, in fact, that everyone who knows about it is dead, except for the necromancers that have taken it over, before realizing that since I know about this place, I must die. Oh yeah? And then what happened? Uh-oh. The spellcasters try and cast dagger, and fail, to their deaths, before I get my staff anyway. Unfinished staff. For me? Thank you. And despite the tragic event, still get my wood touched by this nice man, to now have wood that paralyzes people. Oh, it's so heavy though. Why has it gotta be so heavy? I also make myself a few helpful spells to make the task before me a touch easier, before the necromancer problem needs to be locked in. Before the necromancer problem needs to be locked into by me specifically, needing to meet the Count of Skingrad.
Annoying creature.
What did you say about me? Before getting told that I need to be taught lesson at night in a dark corner. So I meet in the dark corner with a notepad and pen in tow, only to find out that, oh no, I've been tricked. So I put on my best insult pants. I've fought things that are not strong and they're tougher than you are, stupid. And after hurting the enemy's little feelings, my new Wood of Stun helps, as well as mages still trying to cast Knife instead of magic. Whoa, I survived a whole hit, excuse me? That guy is so bad. That guy did 2 damage. But the Count who found out about this little secret chat helped me to safety, while trying to find out what the cool kids mean by lit. Go on. He informs me that he has no information on necromancers, and still needs time to look into it. And while the magic people aren't happy, they still need me for another task. A task I only do after making more feather gear for more inventory space. I must name it. The hood. Nice, now I have 72. That's better than what I had before, but now I'm nearing broke again. Hi. And with magic being my biggest focus, I collect many Weckland stones that fully recharge my mana. And totally not because I went to the incorrect dungeon. Before the University of Idiots need me, King of Idiots, to figure out a puzzle to open up this pillar. Which is bad for me, as the punishment for getting it wrong is taking 3+ damage. Okay. That didn't work. But anything is possible with enough quick save, quick load. Before making my way through this dungeon, miss my wife, Skyrim, only for her lockpicking. Damn it. Before telling the undead that they are just dead. Collecting cool hat, and getting another rank in the guild. Make more feather drip because good loot stuff is heavy. Before making my way to a cave that's still in my name from college. A cave that's easy to clear out, outside of when the tunnel vision sets in and causes the most silly, wacky, fully my fault deaths. However, clearing it out wasn't enough, as now the Archmage needs me specifically to look for our spy in the Necromancer's base, and after clearing out the wrong cave, again, meet a quick Bethesda problem, as I meant to follow this nice man through the area, but he left his movement pants at home, I guess. Which isn't too hard, as the Necromancers seem to not want to level with me. As named or not, the Necromancers get sent to God, same day shipping. Even if it's by myself. Steve, I saw a lack of you getting him there. I don't want to have to bring this up to HR. Could you could you do a little better for me? Just a little bit. Easily find my friend that I still love, even if he's a worm, but the quest won't progress. So I try and see enough movement, but accidentally do a murder. Man. That's upsetting that he died so tragically on his own. Damn. Anyway. So with quest unglitched and Archmage shock, and it's back to help not a vampire. There you go. Now you can walk upstairs. I'll wait for him. And basically there are other totally not associated with this not vampire vampires. Guys, look, his name has anus in it. Ah! And some hunters on the lookout. So now a brand new vampire hunter myself. Turn around. Every fuck. Find vampires that die to a goblin after living for hundreds of years. Honestly, they should have just walked into the sun at that point. But they eventually go down, prove to the hunters they're gone thanks to the dust they dropped, and working overtime to get the count back down. The staircase. The staircase. The staircase. There you go. Which rewards me with the information that the big necromancer himself, whose name I forgot, is here to do some harm. And while this information makes it to the council, I must now save the Broom Guild. A not so fun and not so easy challenge due to the claustrophobic environment, but Oblivion makes it all worth it for me. Oh! And it was all worth it. So with one person left alive to tell everyone I did it, I get rewarded with a spell that gives me a funny idea for later, and while I was gone for about 7 seconds, the council has let the 2 items we need to keep safe leave the university. First one being stolen by this lady, the amulet, and turns out to be not so nice, and unwilling to share her toys. Oh, that's not good. That's bad guy. But the holder of the amulet can't handle my range, and her backup dancers can't keep up with my growing speed stat. So when I escape and make my way to gain the second item, the helmet of something, where my range still carries me, as well as my luck. Oh my goodness. Before I find out the dum-dum stole the helmet, this is what you get for dying. You could have been a coolio friend and now you're dead. And as a weird reward, I'm then sent away to lead the charge for some reason, where I'm able to finally summon the reason why I carry a fire resistance potion. I can now summon the fire lady. It's been a while. The basic nameless goons get got as easily as ever, and what was meant to be a boss fight, gets cheesed by the fact that paralyzed staff exists. Get him, Steve. Nice. So I get the black gem I guess I came here for. Regret skipping through dialogue. That was a decision. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks, because like he was saying like words and stuff, you know? And I didn't really listen to what he was saying. He was like, this will be the last time we speak. He's like, oh, that sucks, man. And then he just himself, like, okay. I feel like you should have described why you were doing that a bit more. Because now you're dead and I feel bad. But, yeah. Before being sent to kill the big sneeze, Mr. Manny Panny explains how he's the strongest of strong and mentions how he has no spell deflect or absorption. So, I do this fun thing called stun locking him until his health bar is empty, and my ego is now full, as I'm now the Archmage, for whatever reason, with a really nice hat. And while like with most things with this run, isn't easy, damn it, why are they so fast? Just like life, with enough time, patience, and trust in yourself, you can do anything you put your mind to. It doesn't matter if it's beating a fight ring with 3 hit points, or helping a pig named Porkchop become the champion. Porkchop, get her! Porkchop! Porkchop is the champion! Yes! Yes! All hail Porkchop. Let's go. You can do anything. Unlike the Sork, who learns his daddy was a sucker of blood and gives up, letting me take him out with only an iron dagger. Remember, you're a champion like Porkchop, no sucker like this prince. But much needed positive reinforcement aside, after beating the arena fully, I, for the first time in any challenge run, do some level and skill grinding to get illusion full for proper paralyzed spell, max speed, smarts, and willpower, before a few Gen Alpha spells have hit the spell list. I remember this game has a story mode, as 3 streams later, I inform Joffrey that Patrick Stewart has met the mean man in the sky, and tell him I'm ready to help Cyrodiil. Before I lie to you, I lie to your face like a liar, as I have lied. How do you say that with a straight face? As right after, I get some needed soul gems, level restoration, so I can switch up some of my enchants with Fortify Magicka. And before you comment why not Fortify Health, shut up, you're stupid. That removes about 80% of the challenge, and is no fun. But thank you for commenting. But now my weapon is loaded to fully shotgun this story, and to rip and guess not. I first go to save Martin's sorry ass, my Biden Blast. And arrows have gotten to become a pretty good combo, and while I might be a little too fast for my own good, a second try makes quick work of the demons. But unfortunately, my words don't make quick work of Martin, as him learning he's Emperor puts a stick firmly between his cheeks and won't follow me to Wayne Priory unless I save what's left of Kvetch, before it's time to rip and tear through some Dark Souls 1 flashbacks, as well as some scary Quarry Junction memories, and while the Daedra make me dead, bruh, after making use of my range and speed, I can rush to the Sigil Stone, which means the guards will now follow me to the church, gaining max level destruction. But getting to the church was only step 1. So with another meme in my spell list, I learned the downside of making such a powerful spell. Really? You had to dodge that? I wanted to see how good my damage is. You had to dodge it? You had to dodge it. You had to? Like, you had to, like, do a sidestep for no reason? You had to? It was required of you? It was very mean of you to do that, good sir. Like, you know how long it takes for me to get that mana back? Fuck you. And while the enemies like to target me, as I still think I'm the main character, the guards do help heavily for once. But nothing could have prepared me for this FPS dropping madness. But with enough persistence, and waiting for mana to come back, we find the Count of Kvetch may or may not have died a happy man, and his main guard becomes upset with being a failure, and gives me his armor, which almost immediately gets sold, before going to deliver Martin to the Priory. He's right behind me, isn't he? Which got taken over by the bad assassins from the start, but they are able to steal the amulet, and with the fear they might arrive back here for crazed butt stabs, we arrive to a secret little place in the mountains, where I slowly start to realize Martin is more of the main character than I will ever be. Joffrey tries to make me feel better by making me a member of the Blades, and giving me a job to find out more of these assassins, before getting stuck in a conversation.
Have mercy. Just one coin.
I would totally, but then you're wearing this fit. I'm sorry, I can't donate to someone who dresses like this. So I can meet back up with good buddy Boris, to save good buddy Boris. To then pull some Archmage strings to help good buddy Boris, as the best Argonian librarian within a 5-foot radius of herself helps us gather 4 books that the Mythic Dawn keeps for evil book reasons. She has the first 2, the third one is gotten from this mean elf, who gives it to me after I ask semi-nicely, and gather good buddy to head into the sewers. That dead? Oh, that's not dead. Now it's dead. A 2014 indie horror game filled set of sewers. Only for me to get the wrong idea of how this meeting was gonna go, the assassin still flubbed killing us, and gives us dank loot and the book we need. So after we make our great escape, I bring the books to the librarian and give her some time. She finds out the books are hinting at the super secret evil hideout. So when I make my way to this super secret club and don, no pun intended, my mythic robes, pun intended, and try and fit in with my new friends, paying attention to the evil speech made by Markar Canyon Eye Player, before I'm told to kill this man whose name is whimsical and funny. Unable to do such a terrible act, I free him and suffer the consequences, as my loot was taken away as I entered, as a sign of trust, but my magic can't be left at the door. Same with my mad hops. Hey, are we friends? I'll take that as a no because you're dead. So I start the cleaning process, as once the main room is done, gather some good wood. Oh, greater staff of light? You shouldn't have. And with my items returned, and new friend in tow, I steal the Book of Evil, and with my new friend, learn that DOT might be a little quirky in this game, as the staff does 80 damage over 1 second. But a part of me thinks it does 80 damage up front, and a second tick of 80 over that 1 second, which gives my 100 destruction heaven ass some ideas. But my friend and I make our way out of here, and give the evil book to Martin, before getting told that the spies have hit Bruma, and it might be a tricky and very sticky situation to fix. So with the spies taken care of, Martin requires a Daedric artifact, so we can get back the Amulet of Kings. So I get the easiest one that the game gives me. Basically, goddess who's bad at her job wants me to now kill her vampiric followers. A quest that turns out to be harder than it needs to be, as my speed and range mean nothing in a location that is close quarters and with little to no room. But despite all my rage, Oh, he casted fucking Cup of Fart on me. This game smells bad. And I've killed all vampires in cave. I get a cool Daedric artifact, which the main character gets. But oh no, Bruma has an Oblivion gate. So Bird and I enter, throw a little stinkus on my bow. Got him. No need to thank me, guys. Taking more damage from the environment more than anything else. Fuck. But despite my small Widow health bar, my damage is decent, and my speed gets me and Bird to the end. The end of everything? Before I reward my efforts with a better outfit, make a spell that does an amount of damage that is big of number, but small of mana. And now Joffrey wants me to ask the rest of the holds for more protection for Bruma. But right now, all at once, every other hold has a Gate of Oblivion. The first one goes sour as I kill the Count's son. Clear it, and now he won't help Bruma. So I need to reload a save and go for it again, running into a less fun issue. It's dude, I'm about to paralyze him in the back just so he doesn't get involved. And after doing just that, and with the Count happy to help, I do one last set of shopping to refill my staffs. What are you doing in here, sir? Is there a problem? Yes, that's it. That's all you got for me? Alright. Well, you do you. And enjoy the least fun Oblivion Gate for Coral, as I don't know the puzzle and usually just do the cheese, but I seemingly don't have enough HP for it. And while I'm cutting out an hour or two of agony of not figuring out that I can do the cheese, it was still not a fun experience. I do still slowly clear and capture each gate. It isn't easy, but with my spells, many deserved game endings. Aww. Does anybody have a fire resistance potion? I inform Mr. Bald that we now have protection, and now need to get one last thing for Martin. Being inside an old Blade's base, basically needing to become friends with ghosts, who help clear out the bad vibes from this area, so I can get the armor of Septum. And with the last key item gotten, I'm then informed I need to get last key item 2. A big cool magic stone, surrounded by evil, undead, and magic reflecting meanies. Ta-da! The stone! Find out that Martin only made me get this armor for him so he can have some drip, letting Martin have his main character speech, and try to do my best to help him with the big fight against the demons, which goes about as well as you'd expect. I can forced to listen to the speech again before I give it my all. And after the third speech has hit my ears, I do what we call locking the fuck in, clearing out enough enemies for my entrance to open, and quite easily and quickly run my way to shut this place down, before it's time to finally get the amulet back. Opening a portal to paradise that looks like the portal to VC with that one friend, enjoying the sights, speeding through the caves, doom-guying each demon to cross my path, before finding the villain who thinks they are the main character.
You did not expect to see me again, did you?
Who are you? I don't know who you are. I'm having trouble remembering who this is. And after it turns out my Staff of Dispel is very dysfunctional, on turning off his spell reflect, I instead put my magic behind me and try and stick with my bow, before finding out the catwalk is high enough up that if I fall, which doesn't make dodging their spells any easier. Not to mention the smaller room we're fighting in. Oh, hitboxes. New to this part of the video, making I fall and I can't get up joke. Consider it done.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
But then I remember the backup dancers here aren't as spell-proof as Mark Arcanian. So I cast tungsten balls on them both, using my magic refill stones to afford using so much mana. Doing my best to accidentally not hit Mark Arcanian, but thanks to my mana reserves, I cast Shut the Fuck Up. I can take Arcanian down, to then bring the amulet to Mr. Mary Sue, and before he can fully become the Emperor, disaster strikes, and Martin activates the final cutscene, but in HD. What in the you're a spirit ball? What the fuck is going on? Bro turned into a dragon of the divine for no reason. Bro's been holding on to that for so long. I know what I must do. I've had this hidden form where I turn into a fucking dragon this whole game. He fully closed all gates to Oblivion, saving the Imperial City at the cost of his life, and I, the hero of Kvatch, just kinda get to live with this now. But I at least show that, yes, you can beat Oblivion Remastered as a small little goblin. As always, thank you so much for watching, and show your support however you see fit. And not as always, Whoa! 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 Whoa!
You gotta come look! They've got the 100 men versus the monkey!
Holy
we have
shit.
to go watch
Holy
it with
shit.
the Wawa! Let's
You
go!
fuck.
I was waiting till you were done.
Oh, I was stalking you on Life 360. I'm like, okay. She said the gas station getting the shit. And then the door handle, I'm like, oh, so I'm dead. I die here and now.